Hey folks, Alex here, 95 to Freedom. In today's video, we're jam-packed. We're talking Ulty. I believe Ulty will never see the light of day above $5. The three types of people who actually made money on Ulty. We'll give a snapshot of my portfolio, what happened today. And if you're new to this channel, folks, my name is Alex. On this channel, I document my journey investing into high-yield dividends in order to achieve financial independence and leave my 9-to-5 job. If you like to learn more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, folks. Everything I share on this channel is not financial advice, and I give to you freely. So all I ask is a comment below and a subscribe. Let's hop into it, folks. All right, today we'll talk about market real quick. Big decision today was to cut the rates, and the market just went bananas when Mr. Powell was announcing that. I don't know if you were watching the market, but it just went up and down, up and down, up and down. So how do we end the day? Well, we ended pretty choppy. S&P 500 absolutely flat. Dow slightly slipped. NASDAQ up 0.5%. Russell down 0.87, volatility index 3%, and gold slipped again at about 1.5%. We had earnings on Microsoft, and I believe they were good. Let's just take a look at it real quick. I don't know, it doesn't look very good. 3.5%. Look at this volatility, folks. A sell-off at the market close, slight pickup, and then a drop again. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk Microsoft. Not really interested in it. But anyways, Ulty, folks. Hey, if you're watching this, you invest in Ulty, no shame. At one point, folks, I had like 40,000 shares of Ulty, okay? It was like bananas. I learned my lesson. I got out, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why I think you'll never see it above $5. All right, so today, Ulty is at close of day. We're sitting at $4.96. Folks, this thing will never go above $5. Will it though? It might. I'm not a prophet, whatever. But it's just, you track it. Look at the 6 months, folks. It's a downward slope, okay? Every time you get your dividend, your NAV drops and it goes down. So I think this is the last week you'll see it at $5. Next week, you will not see it at $5 anymore. Should you sell Ulty? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I sold all of my Ulty, and I'll tell you why. Well, if you haven't seen this chart yet. But I'll tell you three types of people who actually made money on Ulty. All right, so the first people are the folks at YieldMax, the folks who run this fund, because they charge, what is it, 1.5%, 1.4% expense ratio. So yes, they have $2.69 billion of people believing in Ulty. $2.69 billion. That is insane. And yeah, so they made 1.4% off of all of us poor losers. Okay, look at all the shares out there. 531,900,000 shares of Ulty out there floating around in people's accounts. So yeah, they definitely made good money. Okay, the YieldMax folks, they cashed in. Who else made good money, folks? Well, I believe the folks who made money are the people who bought Ulty at the last all-time low, which was April 4th of this year at $5.45. If you were a genius, and you saw this fund launch March 1st, 2024, and you thought to yourself, I'm going to wait until April 4th to buy into this fund. When the tariffs get announced and this thing just sees the depths of hell, $5.45, okay? I'll show you what happened. You go in here, dividend channel, absolutely free, not my website. But you punch in Ulty, April 4th, 2025. If you would have invested $10,000, boom. Look at this chart that you're getting, okay? Let me zoom in and enhance for you. I messed it all up now. Okay, so Ulty. If you would have invested $10,000 on April 4th, and if we were to end that yesterday, October 28th, you would have made 50% on your money between the dividends and whatever happened to its NAV, right? I mean, your NAV still would have went down, but you would have made so much on dividends. Okay, so if you would have reinvested the dividends, you would have made 50%. If you wouldn't invest the dividends, you would have made 45%. All right, if you would have bought pretty much in any time outside of that, we'll start from January 1st. And we'll just compare it to SPY, for example, the S&P 500. Okay? All right, look at this. Yeah, SPY would have beat Ulty. If you would have bought in, I'll just pick a random month. Let's say July 4th. Okay, SPY would have beat Ulty. All right, so those second types of people who would have made money on Ulty. And then the third types of people who would have made money on Ulty are all the YouTubers who got promotions from YieldMax who were grifting Ulty to everybody else. Okay, so that's the third type of people who made money on Ulty. Everybody else, folks, we would have done much better with SPY. So that is my rant on Ulty. All right, let's talk about portfolio, folks. We'll switch gears today, and what we got going on. Well, today was pretty interesting day. Okay, it's after hours, just keep getting worse and worse for some reason. But we were up. Look at this, 10 a.m. Market open 9:30, 10 a.m. Well, even at market open, I guess. We're up like $1,700. Life was good. Everything was, and then, yeah, so this is when about the speech started at 2:30 p.m. Just a huge sell-off. Look at this. Yeah, a lot of people would have lost money right there day trading. Okay, so my account currently sits at $186,926. So yeah, it's look at the sell-off continues for some reason. All right, let's look at WPAY. How did WPAY? Well, WPAY is being sold off right now as we speak. Okay, so my position, I'm still in the green. Okay, my average cost $53.38. Hopefully we don't get down to that. But today we were up at $54.80, which was just phenomenal. We recovered briefly our dividend from, from Monday, really. And then we sloped down. But I think it's just people overreacting to all of the news and everything that's going on. Now, let's look at what's pulling WPAY down. I built this tracker. Basically, I'm just tracking all of the companies that the WPAY holds, right? This isn't the leverage ones. This is just the underliers, okay? And this is what's pulling us down this afternoon. Facebook down 7.7%. Microsoft down. MicroStrategy down. Coinbase down. Robinhood. Berkshire Hathaway. Amazon. Netflix. Tesla. Ooh. Apple up. AMD up. Nvidia up, Palantir's up, Broadcom 4.6 up. Look at this, Google up 10%. That is phenomenal. Okay, so diversity is everything. I made a video a few days ago. I talked about additional funds that WPAY will be adding, waiting for those to be added to balance out our holdings. But not bad. I mean, you're gonna have these fluctuations, and this is one of the reasons, folks. I talked about this before. I wanted to lower my margin, okay? I sleep so much better at night. WPAY just pays so much. It's leverage. The margin maintenance is a little bit higher. It's at 30%. Everything else I used to have was around 25%. But my margin used is less than $50,000, okay? I have a lot of buffer in between. There's, this this thing's pretty cushed up, about for $120,000. So I'm sitting nice and pretty. My annual interest rate's 5.5%, interest at $7.35 a day. Okay. You know, Robinhood, you know, they give you the best rates. And if you're looking to check out Robinhood, I'll have my referral link in the description below. I'm not sponsored by Robinhood, but just if you're curious, why not use my referral link? You and I both get a free share of stock and help support this channel. So let's see here. Yeah, so margin use $49,000, available margin $325, and portfolio value $186,000 of my money. Right now, WPAY. Well, one thing with Robinhood, I'll tell you that's that I think Fidelity did a little bit better job is paying out the dividend. There seems to be always a delay. Like today is, you know, the day I should be getting my dividend, but I haven't got it yet. Okay, there's always like this little delay about a day. So tomorrow, WPAY, I'll get my dividend, which I'll get $2,000 from Roundhill for WPAY. So hopefully this sell-off stops, and tomorrow my account balance will be a little bit closer to $190,000. All right. What else I want to talk about? Well, let's just take a look at the other performers for today. We'll hop into Robinhood Legend, and we'll just look at the whole breakdown here. Equities. All right, so we got WPAY. Okay, today's, I don't know why this looks different. Maggie, okay, we're green. QDT, we're green. XDT, green. Eggy, we're green. My gold is down. HOW is down. Blocks is down. And these are some of the free shares of stock that I got. Okay, so a little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. This is what you expect in the market. Like, think about it logically, okay? When you have a lot of money, obviously these fluctuation 1% you're looking at here, you're gonna see, you know, a couple $1,000 swing back and forth, but in the grand scheme of things, it's, you know, it's just like around 1%. So it's nothing to panic about. I'm not like, you know, concerned about this. It's gonna all bounce back. But that's what I got. That's what I really wanted to talk about today, folks. Like I said, Ulty. I think this is it. This is last week for $5. $5 footlongs. All right. After that, yeah, get used to maybe a 6-cent dividend, maybe less. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Are you guys still holding Ulty? Do you believe otherwise? Do you think Ulty's going to go to $6 at some point? You know, I'm looking for other opinions, but yeah, looking for those comments. Subscribe, please. I've crossed 5,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody who's been watching and found this channel to be useful. Yeah, take care, folks. Have a great evening. Thank you.